So it's Friday, December 31st, New Year's Eve, 2021. And Ron DeSantis is missing. There's this whole thing that DeSantis, the governor of Florida, has not been seen since the 17th of December. Newsweek's done an article on it. There's a hashtag "Where is Ron" thing trending on Twitter. Has apparently been, or his team has been posting photos of events as if they're happening, real time, but they're actually photos from a week or 2 weeks ago that have already been posted by other places. So like it's verifiable that this is not happening at the moment. And no one's saying where he is, and there's speculation that he has COVID. And so Nikki Fried, who's running against him, is just running with the whole thing about, you're not doing your job, so I'll do it for you. And of course, cases are surging in Florida, and he's nowhere to be found and not talking about it and not helping. Although it would be pretty poetic justice if he had COVID. We don't wish anybody ill, but whatever. So it'll be interesting to see where Ron DeSantis turns up anywhere. Maybe in the belly of an alligator in the Everglades. Who knows where he might be? But since it's New Year's Eve, I jotted down this morning a few things, and this list is by no means complete. It's just what I was thinking about this morning about things that I hope for 2022. I'm going to start with, I hope that everybody starts to learn the difference between exposure and infection, the difference between reduction and prevention, and the difference between hospitalization and mild symptoms. This whole thing about, well, see, even people that are vaccinated and boosted are still getting it, they're still spreading it, missing the point. So I wish them all some enlightenment. I would like vaccine mandates on all public travel, specifically including airlines. If we haven't noticed, if for no other reason than to protect the airline industry employees. As we've seen over the past few days, thousands of flights are getting canceled because they don't have crew, because the crew is sick. Wonder if this could have been prevented if we were doing vaccine mandates and testing prior to flying, starting in, I don't know, the beginning of November. I don't know. Just me, I guess. I would like swift justice for everyone involved in the January 6th terrorist attack and coup attempt. I do find it really interesting, the slow roll, which means we're not going to get anywhere before midterms on this, I don't think, anywhere substantial, which is really frustrating. But somebody pointed out a little while ago online that I thought was interesting, that a car was sent for Pence and his family, and he didn't get in it. He stayed in the bunker, I guess, in the Capitol with his family, and that decision to not go where the Secret Service was asking him to go, I guess, actually could be the difference between them actually finishing that job that day and not. He may have helped save democracy a little bit, because who knows what would have happened to him if he went in that car. People get disappeared all the time. Prosecution for everyone who used Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking machine for their own pleasure. I don't care who it is. I know Bill Clinton was there. Looks like Bill Gates was there. We all know Donald Trump was there. We all know he was diddling little girls. So I don't care. Sorry, Hills, you're gonna have to let Billy Boy go to prison, because it's just disgusting. And they should all come to justice. The only one who gets any kind of takes accountability for it and has to actually own up to it. If the only one is a woman, that's really shitty on our justice system, because we all know that there's a shit ton of men involved in this, Prince Andrew. I would like passage of the John Lewis Voting Act and at least most of the Build Back Better bill. I know I've been harping on that a lot, but I'm still going to hold hope for that. And I don't know how this one's going to happen, but we're going to see what we can do for Democrats to keep control of the House and gain a larger majority in the Senate, because we can't keep this tenuous mansion cinema boondoggle going on. So I'm, whatever we can do. And the thing is, what we need to do everywhere, every time, is point out the GOP hypocrisy, point out that they are the ones not doing anything. Don't let the do nothing Democrat label get assigned to the Democrats. There's 49 or at least 48 Democrats that are trying to get help to American people. The answer isn't to get rid of them and vote in more Republicans. The answer is get rid of the Republicans. We have more Democrats to actually pass the bills, because the Republicans don't want to help. This one's particular to the day. I'd like people to stop adding an S to New Year when it isn't necessary. Andrew fucking Yang sent out, his newsletter, and it was like, what are you doing for New Year's? Happy New Year's. It's not Happy New Year's. It's New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Day. You're actually celebrating the new year, singular. Unless you're talking about multiple years, New Year's. Multiple years of New Year's, which would be without an apostrophe. It's New Year's Eve, apostrophe S, Eve, year, apostrophe S, Eve. New Year's, apostrophe S, Day. Otherwise, no S, New Year, Happy New Year. It's not Happy New Year's. Oh, and speaking of unnecessary S's, it's daylight saving time. And we don't want to go back. Let's get ourselves back on daylight saving, whenever it happens in March, and then let's stop moving the fucking clock. Let's make daylight saving standard time. It keeps it lighter later. We like that. And then never fucking change the clocks again. This one's a little loftier. A return to responsibility in journalism, especially in television. At the very least, we need more voices that aren't, peddling the agreed narrative that gives the GOP hypocrisy a pass and constantly scrutinizes the Democrats as if the Democrats aren't at least attempting to do stuff. It's constantly the GOP that is blocking it. It's not a Democrat failure. It's a GOP roadblock. And what's that thing when it's definite? Whatever. Fill in the blank. I want more wins on Jeopardy for Amy Schneider, because I love her. And I want all the good things to go to whoever the HR person is at ABC News, because they have a type, and they have created the sexiest news crew on TV. It's mostly white guys, mostly straight, we think, which I know is not very diverse. I mean, and they kind of are like a substitute one for another, but just look at them. Oh, they're so handsome. Oh, and of course, peace and joy to all my loyal viewers, you folks watching out there. It's been so gratifying. I started this thing just to rant about an annoying person on TV, and you guys have provided so much support and enlightenment and extra information and just a nice little forum to be able to bitch about all these things that are upsetting, and talk about them in a way that I don't hear a lot of people talking about them. So thanks for watching and subscribing and liking and commenting and all that stuff. And don't go out tonight. Have yourselves a nice night in and get as plastered as you want. It'll be me on the couch with my dog and a fire in the fireplace. Happy New Year. Zzz, to all y'all. Zzz.